Your Social Security check is about to arrive in a very different way this October, and if you're not prepared, the changes could catch you off guard. October 2025 marks one of the biggest shifts in payment scheduling we've seen in years, and it's something every beneficiary needs to pay close attention to right now. This isn't just a simple adjustment, it's a change that can impact the timing of your bills, the way you budget, and the way you manage your monthly expenses. For seniors across the country already struggling to stretch their dollars, this matters more than ever. Here's what's happening. October 2025 is what many will call a double payment month for SSI recipients. There will be one SSI payment on October 1st and another on October 31st. But before you start thinking you've received a bonus, let's be clear, this isn't extra money. That second check is your November payment, arriving early because November 1st falls on a Saturday. And before I dive into the details, let me welcome you to Truth Lens. This is the place where we shine a spotlight on Social Security updates, Medicare changes, and the financial news that directly impacts seniors, disabled Americans, and families relying on these critical benefits. Our mission is simple: to give you clarity, facts, and insights without confusion. If you're one of the millions of Americans living on Social Security or SSI, you already know how every dollar counts, and that's why these updates are so important. Here on Truth Lens, we don't just report the news, we break it down in a way that shows you exactly how it affects your life. Now let's return to October 2025, because this month illustrates how the Social Security payment system really works. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is normally paid on the first of every month. But when the first lands on a weekend or federal holiday, the Social Security Administration shifts your payment to the prior business day. That's exactly what's happening in October. Since November 1st falls on a Saturday, the November SSI check gets pushed back to Friday, October 31st. The result: 2 payments in October, and while this looks like a bonus, it's simply a scheduling adjustment, not extra income. What that means in practice is that after October 31st, you won't see another SSI deposit until December 1st. For seniors living paycheck to paycheck, this kind of timing can create real challenges. Imagine relying on that November check to cover your rent, groceries, or medication, only to receive it in October and accidentally spend it too soon. That's how many people end up in financial trouble, not because they mismanage their money, but because the schedule itself changes. And when you're living on a fixed income with Social Security as your lifeline, those few days or weeks of difference can mean the world. Let's talk about the mechanics behind this system. Social Security retirement benefits and SSI payments may both come from the Social Security Administration, but they follow different calendars. Retirement benefits are tied to your birth date. If you were born between the 1st and 10th, you get paid on the second Wednesday of each month. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, you're paid on the 3rd Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and 31st, your money arrives on the 4th Wednesday. This system helps spread millions of payments across the month so the banking system doesn't get overwhelmed. But SSI works differently. It's always scheduled for the 1st of the month unless that day is a holiday or weekend. This October's adjustment isn't unusual. It's part of a repeating pattern. Anytime the 1st of the month lands on a Saturday, Sunday, or federal holiday, payments shift to the previous business day. That means you'll see similar adjustments again in the future. In fact, December 2025 could bring another shift because January 1st, 2026 is New Year's Day, a federal holiday. That means January's SSI payment could land in your account as early as December 31st. It's not extra money, just an early arrival. But for people who aren't aware of how this system works, the calendar shuffle can feel confusing, even alarming. Millions of seniors have automatic bill payments tied to their Social Security or SSI deposits. Rent, Utilities, insurance premiums, and even subscriptions are often scheduled to pull directly from your account. When your benefits come early, it can throw off your entire financial rhythm. Some beneficiaries panic, worrying that a double payment means they'll have to pay money back, or worse, that something went wrong with their account. Let me be clear, this is not a mistake. It's legitimate and it happens multiple times a year across the country, but it also requires careful budgeting because spending that early payment in October could leave you short in November when the bills keep coming, but the check doesn't. It's also worth pointing out just how enormous the Social Security system is in the broader economy. Over 70 million Americans depend on Social Security and SSI payments every single month. And together, these benefits represent billions of dollars flowing into communities across the nation. Seniors spend their checks at grocery stores, pharmacies, gas stations, and local businesses. These payments aren't just lifelines for individuals, they're drivers of entire local economies. That's why the timing of payments matters not just for households, but for entire towns and cities. Businesses know when Social Security checks hit accounts because they see the rush of customers. When those dates shift, it ripples through the economy. Another important distinction to highlight is between Social Security retirement benefits and supplemental security income itself. Retirement benefits are based on your work history and contributions you made throughout your lifetime. SSI, however, is designed for people with limited income and resources, regardless of whether they worked or not. These two programs serve different populations, but they often get confused because they both come from the Social Security Administration. The October double payment scenario applies specifically to SSE, not retirement benefits. Looking beyond the technical side, let's take a moment to think about what this means for the people living it. For seniors trying to stretch $1,200 or $1,500 a month, the timing of a payment can be the difference between paying rent on time or falling behind. Many seniors already face the daily reality of choosing between medication and groceries. Some are living alone without family to help, relying on Social Security as their only source of income. When payments shift like this, it can cause unnecessary stress and confusion for people already doing their best to make ends meet. And for caregivers, children, or family members managing finances for elderly relatives, knowing about these shifts is critical. If you're helping a parent pay their bills, you need to be aware of when those deposits are coming in. A missed payment or a miscalculation can quickly spiral into late fees, overdrafts, or unpaid bills. That's why understanding these schedules isn't just helpful, it's essential. Direct deposit makes these timing adjustments much smoother than they used to be. If you still receive paper checks, the delivery can take days, and schedule changes like this can make it even harder to predict when your money will arrive. That's why electronic payments have become the standard for nearly all beneficiaries. It ensures your money arrives on the correct date, even if that date is adjusted. At the end of the day, the October 2025 double payment scenario is not a mistake, and it's not extra money. It's simply how the Social Security Administration ensures you never go without income when a holiday or weekend interrupts the normal payment cycle. But for seniors already navigating rising grocery costs, higher rent, and growing medical bills, it's one more reminder of how important it is to stay informed. Every payment matters, every dollar counts, and every schedule adjustment needs to be understood so you don't get caught off guard. As we move toward the end of 2025 and into 2026, these scheduling shifts will continue to happen whenever the calendar calls for them. They are built into the system. And while they can cause confusion, they are ultimately designed to keep your benefits flowing on time. Here on Truth Lens, we'll keep you updated every step of the way, because for millions of seniors across America, Social Security isn't just a program, it's a lifeline. And when that lifeline shifts by a day, a week, or even a month, you deserve to know about it before it happens.